who is one of the synagogue rulers. He was a lay official responsible for the physical management of the synagogue, building and worship services, and he was a well-respected leader in the community as well. In this passage, Jairus pleads to Jesus. He begs for Jesus to heal his 12-year-old daughter, who was pronounced dead. Jairus states in Mark 5:23, "My daughter is dying." He said, "Please come and lay your hands on her. Heal her so she can live." And so Jesus went with Jairus. But let's stop right there. Jairus showed faith right there. Now, I don't know if you would ever leave everything you had, money, fame, or fortune, to save somebody that is dead, pronounced dead. But Jairus heard about what God had done by word of mouth, and he knew Jesus could do it. But in the midst of going to heal this little girl, it says in verse 25, a woman in the crowd had suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding. She had suffered a great deal from many doctors, and over the years she had spent everything she had to pay them. But she had gotten no better. In fact, she gotten worse. My first point is suffering. What would you do to touch Jesus? Sometimes we have to go through suffering. And as I look at the word suffer, I come to find that it is experience or be subjected to something bad or unpleasant. Biblically, it means that this woman, she endured, she tolerated, and she put up with. Let me tell you something, that when it comes to Jesus and getting to him, seeking his face daily, we as Christians will go through some suffering. We will endure hardships. We will go through some valleys, and sometimes we have to go through highways and byways just to touch him. Having faith, you will have to suffer. And in Mark 5:25, it says, a woman in the crowd has suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding. Yes. I don't know about you, but I am a fan of Chicago PD and Chicago Med. I would be, if I could, I would be in the room watching the doctors do the surgeries. But I looked up what this particular woman had. She had what you call a hemorrhage, which is the release of blood from a broken vessel, either inside or outside of the body. Right. She had an incurable condition, which means it was untreatable. Then as we go to verse 26, we see she has suffered in so many ways. It says she has suffered a great deal from many doctors, and over the years she has spent everything she had to pay them. But she had gotten worse. I want to stop right there because not only did she suffer physically, but she suffered mentally. How do I know? Well, as I look more into depth, I came across Leviticus 15, verse 25 through 27. I want you to see what it means when you have an issue of blood, and it applies to both men and women. We're going to go to verse 19. It says that if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days. And whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the evening. So we're talking about an issue from her womb. Verse 20 says that everything that she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean. Everything also she sitteth upon shall be unclean. In verse 27, we see that anything that touches her bed is unclean. And if a person's clothes touch something she has set upon, they must be washed immediately. And if her husband is intimate with her, he will be unclean for 7 days. Everything she touches while she has the issue of blood is unclean. I hope you get this picture. This woman was unclean for 12 long years. Yes. When you are unclean, you can't go into the temple. You can't worship God with everyone else when you're unclean. For 12 years, she couldn't serve God the way he wanted her to serve him. But let's go down to verse 28. It says, but if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. 29. And on the 8th day means new beginnings. She shall take unto her 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons, and bring them unto the priest to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, and the priest shall make her atonement for her before the Lord for the issue of uncleanness. This woman was unclean for 12 years. For 12 years, she couldn't be around people. She had no social life. She was all alone. And I don't know about you, but some of us in here will not be able to deal with this after 30 days. Yeah. This woman suffered so much. She was considered an outcast due to her condition. But verse 27 says she had heard about Jesus, so she came up behind him through the crowd and touches his robe.
All right.
Having faith to touch the robe. See, she heard about Jesus' healing power, and sometimes we as people, we hear things and we let it go in and out the other ear. But this woman heard about Jesus' healing power, and she said, whatever it takes for me to get to the robe, whatever it takes for me to get to the robe, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
She's weak at this point. She's weak. It's like in 2010, when I was playing at Milliken basketball, we played this team called Cajun. And we was in overtime, and everybody's tired, breathing heavy. Fourth quarter ended. We go into overtime. Point guard is dribbling down the court. She takes it in like she's going to shoot, fakes it, and passes my way for the three. Boom. I knew it was going to make it. I knew I was going to make it. That sealed the deal. We won. What I'm saying is that, do you have faith to finish in the fourth quarter? The woman is weak. She's unclean. She's crawling, trying to get to that garment. She said, if indicates that despite the possibility, no matter whether, if it takes me such and such time, I shall do it.
Right.
She had strong faith. Romans 10:17 says, so then, faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. She said, I know he's going to heal me. I just need to take one more crawl.
All right.
And I just need to stretch out my hand. She had touched his garment. When she touched the hem of his garment, it was as if she was touching him. She looked at him by faith. She said, whatever I have to do, whatever it takes in all, I will go to do it. I'm going to do it. But it goes on to say in verse 30 and 31, Jesus realized at once that healing power had gone from him. So he turned around in the crowd and asked, who touched me? Who touched my robe? His disciples said to him, look at this crowd pressing around you. How can you ask who touched me? But he kept on looking around to see who had done it. Then the frightened woman, trembling at the realization of what had happened to her, came and fell to her knees in front of him and told him what she had done. Jesus immediately realized in himself that power had gone out from him. See, Jesus wanted to establish a personal relationship with him, with the healed person. He doesn't want to just heal you, but he wants to know you. 34 says, he said to her daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. Your suffering is over. And some of us in here today have been waiting on God to do something, but God is waiting on you. I don't know who in here needs to hear this, but things won't get better until you make a move. It's not going to change until you change. If you got to crawl out of your circumstance, then crawl. We waiting for people to pray for us, but we need to pray for ourselves. We're waiting on God to do everything, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? The third point is get out. Get out. 35 says, while he was still speaking to her, messengers arrived from the home of Jairus, the leader of the synagogue. They told him, your daughter is dead. There's no use troubling the teacher now. But Jesus overheard them and said to Jairus, don't be afraid. Just have faith. Then Jesus stopped the crowd and wouldn't let anyone go with him except Peter, James, and John. When they came to the home of the synagogue leader, Jesus saw much commotion and weeping and wailing. He went inside and asked, why all this commotion and weeping? The child isn't dead, she's only asleep. The crowd laughed at him, but he made them all leave. And he too, the girl's father and mother, and his 3 disciples into the room where the girl was lying. Listen, he put everybody out of the room that laughed and was no good. Some people are no good for you. And some of you are in a situation where people are coming out of your life because God is getting ready to do something in your life. Some people are already counting you dead. They already planning your funeral. Notice that the house was Jairus' house, but Jesus told those people to get out. Jesus knows who is good for you and who is not. There is something I want you to understand, is that when we don't believe what the word says, we don't act on it. And then we are like those who are weeping and wailing. We are ridiculing Jesus. And as I get to my last verse, 41, it says, holding her hand, he said to to her, Talitha Kahum, which means little girl, get up. Little girl, get up. You've been suffering. You've been suffering too long. It's time for you to get up. What would you do to touch Jesus? What would you do to see his face? You've been dealing with some issues for quite a while, and you feel like nobody is there for you. You've been sad and down and out for quite some time, and you feel like you can't shake it off. Your heart been broken over and over, and you just keep on going back to the same person. See, where is your faith? Where is your faith? I don't mean my faith, because my faith is my faith. I don't need the pastor's faith, because the pastor's faith is his faith. I don't need the first lady's faith, because her faith is her faith. See, the Canaanite woman's faith was her faith. She preserved in prayer. The first time she prayed, Jesus ignored her, and he even went as far as the disciples telling her to go away. But she didn't give up. She stayed right there. She prayed a second time. And Jesus' response was, it isn't right to take food from the children and throw it to the dogs. And she said, that's true, Lord, but even dogs are allowed to eat the scraps that fall beneath their master's table. See, she didn't care. She wanted the crumbs on the ground. She wanted her daughter to be healed. See, that was her faith. Her faith is not your faith. Her daughter wanted to be healed. See, you got to have the kind of faith that when church folks acting funny, you can still brush it off your shoulder. Hold on to that miracle. See, Job had faith. He lost everything. He lost his kids. He lost his animals. And in spite of everything, Job still had faith. See, his faith is his faith. But your faith is your faith. You got to have the kind of faith that when church folks start being messy, just get in your prayer room and surrender in prayer. But the question is, will you have faith enough to know that whatever situation you're facing, you know and believe that if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I will be healed. If I can just touch the hem of his garment, I will be able to walk again. If I can just touch the hem of his garment, I will be able to love again. If I can just touch the hem of his garment, those chains around my wrists will be set free. If I can just touch the hem of his garment, I can get out of this no good relationship. See, some of us think that we got T.D. Jakes' faith. No, honey, his faith is his faith. Some of us think that we have the Hoopers and the Hollowers' faith. No, ma'am, their faith is their faith. You need your faith. You need your faith. And listen, saints, all you need is a little bit of faith. The song says F-A-I-T-H. All you need is a little bit of faith. See, Matthew 17:20 says, he replied, because you have so little faith. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible. What would you do to touch Jesus? Come on and tell your neighbors, what would you do to touch Jesus? The touch is powerful, as we see in Mark. This woman was unclean, but she said, if I can touch, if I can touch. I don't know about you, but whatever I got to do to get to Jesus, I'm going to do it. If I have to lose some friends on the way, then so be it. If I have to lose some family members on the way, so be it. Sayonara, because the touch of Jesus is more important. It's just like the iPhones. We have to have our own code to unlock it, right? We have to use our thumbprint. And if you're not the owner of the iPhone, then you can't unlock it because you don't have access to that touch. But to the owner's touch. I don't know about you, but when I think about the goodness of Jesus, I get excited. Do you want to touch Jesus? Do you want to touch Jesus? Well, if you do, let me tell you, it won't be easy. You will have to go through some suffering. You will have to go through some byways and highways. You will have to go through hell and hot water. You will have to go through everything, but it's worth the wait. It's worth it for me because he made a way me Friday night, stayed there Saturday night, but early Sunday morning, he rose. But God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. What would you do for the touch? What would you do to touch Jesus? The woman that was deep encounter with Jesus, she had learned the first lesson of discipleship. It is more than having your needs met. It is being the very presence of Jesus, being known by him, to follow him. She was not only made physically whole, but she encountered the one who gave her salvation and called her his daughter. Isn't it good to be called the daughter and the son of Jesus? We touch Jesus the same way today. By faith we come to him. By faith we reach out and lay our loads and hurts and all our wounds at his feet. By faith we call him Jesus. What would you do to touch Jesus? What would you do to touch the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings, the Alpha and Omega? What would you do to touch Jesus, the living God? What would you do? It is by faith we encounter Jesus. All right. And have that personal relationship with him. What would you do to touch Jesus?